What is up, everybody, and good morning. We are finally at the very end of this event where you get to go out and you get to grind jellies, right? It's actually been a pretty cool event. It's been something completely different. I did do a small video to give Ada some props on giving us a fundamentally different type of event grind. I mean, this was cool, right? Because you get to bring your rogues, right? And then you also get to bring a combo character together. In fact, I'll just run one of these just for schnitz and giggle while we talk about this. Here's what I thought was really cool about this. Obviously, I get to put Lily in the mix, and I get to kind of like mess around with her abilities to score combos. Right off rip, I just have to keep Lily back and make sure she does absolutely nothing because she will wipe everything. So Lily just kind of hangs back. She does some basic attacks. Just to power up her S4, just in case she has an opportunity to throw that at the very last wave. It's not like she's doing a lot of damage with that axe of hers. Yes, I did say axe. Lily has an axe. Why does Lily have an axe? I don't know. You know, we can speculate on this. This is the only axe that actually adds to magic ability in this game. It gives like 160 intelligence and it increases her dark damage. So there's Lily Matter. She is all good to go for the last wave, in case I want to throw that for some extra hits in the combo. But yeah, I have an idea that Lily, whatever magical goddess she serves, whatever hierarchy she's part of, I think she is like the Grim Reaper of that hierarchy. Probably appointed by the goddess herself, but she kind of seems to me like like a pixie dark reaper, Grim Reaper, a fairy reaper, something like that. I'm sure she's got an awesome background story. I'm going to try to switch over to my other characters while I make Lily cast magic circles so she doesn't destroy the whole effing world before I can throw some combos. Let's see if we can get off an S1. No, Lily's casting. That's it. Get your combos in. Everything's going to die. Alright. This is what happens when you leave Lily alone for like half a second. My best advice is make her cast something. Make her cast magic circles or her charisma ability if you're going to switch over to somebody else and try to drop a move. And it looks like our Lily run was completely wasted this time. The rogues are going to have to bank well off of nothing because I messed up and let her cast. So we might as well just... I mean, everything's dead. Nothing's going to survive her Shining Zoc. So, boys and girls, this is how using Lily in the farming level can go extremely wrong for you. Oh, look, we at least got a golden chest out of all that. We probably would have scored a few more. Yeah, we would have scored a few more if we would have just let the rogues go to work for a little bit and get their extort and backstab. Actually, wow, surprisingly, it was not a bad little haul. You know, for the party that I ran and for how bad I butchered that. So, this is it, though. This is probably the last run that I'm doing. I am done with this event. I am done. I got all the crystal clusters that I wanted. It's just, I don't think it yields enough. You know, I'm 400 points away from getting a 5-star ticket. That can yield me nothing. There's nothing that ticket can get me. So it's like, why waste the orbs when I could be when I could be using my orbs to actually level Lily up, to work on her, to grind her out a little bit. Don't get me wrong. For 90,000 points, the 50 shards, that could actually help Lily. And anybody can take advantage of the ether at 100,000 points. But that's like 20,000 points for me to grind. I don't know if it's worth it. If I have the extra orbs laying around, I might just do that. Kind of sucks, actually. Wanted to show off how good Lily is against the Jelly King at the very end there. Right? But it's pretty easy. Pretty much what you do is you just cast her highest combo hitting dark spell twice in a row. And, you know, as soon as that spell starts going, it'll synchronize with your other units doing background damage. You should start getting a combo count. And after Lily's done casting her spell, she has a full skill kit. Now, Lily can crank out a good amount of combos just by using her skills repetitively over and over again. Especially if you have like 4 of her S1 charged up and you have a dark spell going in the background. If you just tap her S1 4 or 5 times and let her cast it in repetition, along with the dark spell going off in the background, you're already at like 120 combo right there. You know, if you factor in the 2 rogues that you got, adding in some hit counts here and there depending on which combos are dropping. And then what I do is I drop a UR arc. Most of the UR arcs that actually do damage, they automatically have like 120 hit combo built in. Don't quote me on that. I know it's around 100. So once you get to like 120 hit combo, you drop a UR arc and bam, you're at the 200 combo max. You're not going to get any more rewards. And that is pretty much the easiest way I have found to cheese the Jelly King. So the best run I've had was actually, they were 2 runs. I fought 2 Jelly Queens and the Jelly King at the end, and just got phenomenal drops from that because Lily was there. One of the runs, one of the Jelly Queens did get away because I wasn't casting spells with Lily, and I guess I didn't produce enough damage. And that's when I found out that Jelly Queens can actually run away, just like the Jelly King. So, but I've had a pretty good time, all in all, clearing this whole thing. It's been different. It's been fun. It's something different for sure. So, wanted to give Ada some props for that. And I wanted to pick your guys' brain. What is the deal with Lily's axe? Let's actually look at this thing. I've been thinking about this more and more. I've been thinking about this more and more. It didn't even occur to me that, yes, Lily can equip axes. And, of course, she can equip a staff. I don't think the other Lily can actually equip an axe. Right? Advocate of God Lily, dark damage plus 10%. And it's... the background story to this scythe literally says it's made from some kind of hell lord from his bones or something like that, some kind of pit demon, or some sort of grim reaper. I don't know, that just looking at her scythe makes me think she is some sort of grim reaper. Okay, and obviously the wings made out of dead arms, you know, that's to me that's a telltale sign right there. And it is an axe. This thing does give 101 to her attack, which, you know, isn't really all that shabby for a starting Lily. Obviously, once you get her skill kit fully done, she actually uses her intelligence to do her basic attack damage, so that 101 attack somewhat becomes obsolete, but this thing just looks cool. It's also giving 40 MP, but really Lily's banking off of it because it's 166 intelligence. The thing is, you don't see any sort of axe boost ability that actually helps a mage out. So this is kind of one of those things where I'm keeping an eye on it. Hey, maybe they will release some kind of crazy axe that a caster would absolutely love, and that would work well for Lily, right? But I see a lot of people putting a staff on her. Why? Because of staff boost, staff high boost, because of things that actually strengthen magic. Axes don't really have all that much going on to strengthen magic attacks and abilities. I mean, obviously this one has a special ability where it's dark damage plus 10% and dark damage cap plus 500. That specifically does help Lily. But for the most part, you're not going to find axes that do anything like this at all. And like I said, I'm still surprised that this thing is an axe. I didn't even notice it until somebody actually pointed it out and said something to me about it. So this is kind of interesting. Can't wait to see what they do with this. Are there going to be other axes that could potentially work for Lily? Is this just a one-off, right? Or are we going to be swapping this beautifully crafted item out for some sort of staff and giving her staff boost and staff high boost. And actually, off the top of my head, I think the original Lily has some of that. I'm pretty sure she had a staff boost in there somewhere. I don't know. I could be wrong on this. Could also talk about this. So the next item I am working on upgrading for Lily is actually the Nightmare Hat. Attack magic uses more MP but is stronger. There's a pair of gloves in the newer content. It costs millions and millions to purchase the gloves. They make casting time take longer, but they increase the spell's damage by a lot. And to me, that's increasing damage without increasing MP consumption. Yeah, you're going to take a little bit of time, but Lily already has recast, pretty much cast on her at all times because of her gear. That's going to cut down on casting time. She's a pretty quick caster already. So I would rather have her take a little bit longer to cast damage or to cast magic and do a lot more damage than have her pay more MP to do a little bit more damage. And actually, I think the gloves give you more of a damage increase than this Nightmare Hat. I'm not sure, but this is what people have been telling me. So that makes it really worth it. Because at the end of the day, Lily's going to be able to cast more spells with those gloves because they don't actually increase the MP cost of her spells. They just empower them. Yeah, she's going to have to wait a little bit longer to cast them, but I think it's going to work out better. So it was one of the few times in Last Cloudia where your boy is actually saving up gold. Those gloves do cost a lot. It's kind of funny. I was like, wow, I actually found a use for this gold mine. I've been hitting up this gold mine for 70k every day. Let's see. Where was this thing? Was it in the port town? I think it's in the port town. Look at this blue axe. Look at this blue axe. Nothing but strength. It's nothing like Lily's axe at all. Here's the ancient hammer that is absolutely phenomenal for a rogue because crit rate plus 10% and enemies are slightly more likely to faint. It does have 120 strength though, so it's a lot of strength to bring, but that crit rate plus 10%, I'm probably going to pick this thing up, but I don't even have the million gold to get it right now, unfortunately. We got this thing. Dark attacks cause criticals. Oh, that'd be great for Lily, but she already has that. But hey, that could be used for somebody else. Decent stats on this for it only being a 4-star, especially the intelligence. And then we have the Majin hand. This is what I'm talking about. This is a claw, right? So you are going to have to equip this thing as a claw weapon, which is interesting. I'm going to have to give Lily equip claw, but it's going to give you the 75 intelligence. That's cool, right? But then the rest of this item is all completely trait. Attack, magic, casting speed is slower, but power is stronger. If anybody has any actual experience testing this thing out, please let me know. I'm very curious about this thing and what I can get out of it. Obviously, it's going to cost 2 SC to give her equip claw. I think this is still going to be worth it. I mean, badass Lily can run around with a Reaper's axe and some kind of claw weapon, right? We don't need no staffs. Lily can use staffs in her other form. So this is the next thing that I'm going to try with my Lily. If anybody has any experience with this Majin hand, let me know. Let me know how well this thing works. This is obviously going to be like a one-off weapon. It's only going to be used for characters that can or might be able to equip a claw and characters that are going to cast. Because other than that, this is adding nothing. It's giving you intelligence for spells that you're casting. And it's literally giving you no other stats at all. And actually for a weapon, you could get more intelligence off of a 3 or 4-star staff by just equipping that staff. So that tells me that this trait on this glove, it has to be pretty damn potent, right? Because this glove's not giving much stat. This is a 5-star base glove. So I'm curious about this thing. Anybody has any info on it? Anybody's actually ran this thing around and kind of seen the difference? Please let me know. Please let me know. I know I'm going to have to save up 2.5 million gold. And I'm at probably like under 500,000. Well, no, I'm a little bit over 500,000 right now. Still a long ways to go, and I got other stuff to do. But if you guys want to help me out, anybody that has the Majin hand, let me know what you think of it. Let me know how you used it. Let me know how you tested it. Let me know the results that you got. I'm just curious, and I would really like to know. But this is pretty much where I'm at. I'm going to level Lily up, and then I think I have a nasty robot fight to do. Oh, speaking of robots, ladies and gentlemen, we might as well go over some news real quick. Let's peep out this news right quick, because I think I did see a straight up machine killing ass bitch in here. Where is this? Where is our next update? Here she is. Cyber Slayer Alice. Now, I do believe this is the Alice that is kind of like Roland's boo. She was artificially created in a lab. She is like a copy of Theria, and therefore she can have Etherion power. She literally saves Roland from getting utterly destroyed by Lily, and even Lily is surprised at how much power this girl has. So from my understanding, she's an artificial life form. She's a clone. She might be a cyborg, whatever. But it does say Cyber Slayer Alice. Let's think about that for a second. And also, her SSR arc. Oh, thank goodness this isn't a UR arc. This is our break, boys and girls. This is our break between Christmas. Thank goodness her SSR arc, it's called Killing Machines. Now, I don't know if it's talking about machines that are actually killer or killing actual machines. And that might just be the case. It seems like this girl could have a machine slayer theme, which would be cool, right? We have machine slayer and we have machine killer, but we don't really have too many characters that really specialize in killing machines that get like extra bonuses. Machines can be tough. Great defense, great damage reduction. A lot of them are just unaffected by a lot of things. They're strong against a lot of elements. Machines can be pretty gnar. Who knows? They could even give them some damage reduction. I mean, they are machines after all. They have a lot of nifty attacks. They shoot those little missile things out that interrupt everybody. They make those bubbles around them that will break your action or whatever you're doing. And they can actually, they can hit for a pretty high hit combo. Even the little machine that you can get on your team, that thing is awesome for generating combos. I did talk to Seth, the PS5 fanboy, I believe his tag is, and on the Jelly King fight, he was getting like 1,000 hit combo because he brought the MK36, the little machine that he has leveled up, and he gave it impact and some other stuff, and the hit count just goes through the roof. Nobody believed him that he was able to get 1,000 hit combo. I actually believe him. I've seen what the MK36 can do, the little spider machine robot that we all get. It's one of the last monster classes that you're going to be able to level up. I've just noticed that MK36, or whatever that little robot's called, is the hardest thing to get shards for. If we actually look at my units, I didn't go out of my way to summon any monsters. It's just like when I got the shards of them, I would just summon them. As you can tell, I have all the monsters, except for it's the MK2, the DRX MK2. I was calling it the MK36, and from here on out, I'm just going to call it the AK-47 because that's what this guy does. If you want a high hit combo, this thing is just great for it, especially with the right kit. It can just get a lot of hits in there. And for those wondering, these Valsar lizards, they're actually wonderful breakers. I've had players tell me that they've actually used these guys to break bosses, that they found a good use for them, and these things are no joke, and they will break the shit out of anything, especially if set up properly. So, anyway, that's what's going on. We are anticipating Alice, sweet, sweet cyber slaying Alice. I really actually can't wait to see what they've done with her kit. I can't wait to see if she's going to be a help in fighting robots and their kin. I think she will be. Right, and until then, I'm just going to keep working on Lily. Personally, I'm done with this event, but I have a lot of training to do. I have a lot of skill study to apply. I need a lot of these. How many of these do I have? Let's see. I have a whopping 1 red crystal cluster. And actually for Lily, I believe I need a lot of the blue crystal clusters. Oh, I have 2. Oh, I'm on my way, folks. I'm on my way. So we actually look at Lily, other than being stuck at level 80 because of all the experience that I've wasted for her by not being able to get her enhancement materials for like 3 straight days. Even though I will say on the 3rd morning, it's like it dropped like candy. It dropped like candy. It was like I got one of the items, I ran another fight, and then I ran the level again, and I got the other item. They just pretty much dropped back to back. You know what? I'm just happy I got them. You know, it probably cost me 700 lapis just to run those levels over and over again, and it literally was 2 days of running dry and not getting anything out of it, but it finally paid off, and now Lily can go up to level 100. You look at her abilities, I'm about to get the creme de creme, right? Like, I got all of Lily's best stuff to get. All of her gnarly, gnarly abilities. Awaken Shrouded Light. This is what I want. This is just 30% more. Can't go wrong there. Sanctuary Incantation. That I already got, thank goodness. I managed to afford that. But you know, we have a lot of things here. Archangel's Blessing, Goddess Advocate. That's going to help keep her alive. So I literally have all of her best stuff. Starverse. Cannot wait. This is why I was checking to see how many blue clusters I have. Obviously, I'm going to want to get Starverse first. I cannot wait to play with this. This is her highest tier spell. It is a light spell. It's going to do a lot of damage. You know, and this one right here, higher magical power, the more powerful the physical attack. Actually using your intelligence to power up your basic attack. Doesn't sound like that much. For a lot of characters, it's not. For Lily, this is huge, because remember, her basic attack pierces everything, and it's actually a pretty wide area, and she can attack pretty quick. So powering that basic attack up of hers that's going to pierce through everyone is going to have a big effect. It's going to help your damage along the way. You will be surprised. It's going to help you when you're not casting those bomb-ass spells of hers. Then, of course, I have Dark Attack Rise 2. Now, as far as the Rise 1 abilities of Dark Attack Rise and Light Attack Rise, I'll be honest with you guys. Dark Attack Rise 2 is great because it's for free, right? But this is going to increase your dark attack damage, okay? Lily only has 1 dark attack in her skill kit. That's it. Her S2 is the only one that does dark damage. S1, S3, and beautiful, deadly S4 are all light damage. Okay, so cool, we get Dark Attack Rise 2. It eats up a skill slot in her tree. It's going to increase the damage that her S2 does. Oh, and it's also going to increase the damage that her basic attack does with that axe, because that is Dark Element. So I guess Dark Attack Rise strengthens the S2 and the basic attack. Okay. Light Attack Rise 2 strengthens S1, S3, S4, all of the heavy hitter shit in her kit. And it will strengthen her basic attack too if you equip her with some kind of light element staff. Or who knows, maybe there's some sort of light elemental axe, which is like the light version of the axe that she has now. That would be cool. I would grind something like that out, right? If it was another copy of Lily's axe, and it had the same stats, except it added strength to her light skills and abilities, her light damage, I would be all over that. Because I still think that Lily most definitely leads with light damage. She does more light damage. She can do dark damage, and it's nifty to see high dark damage builds from Lily, but light damage is still the creme de creme for her. She has more sources of high modifier light damage abilities. There, I spit it out. So like I said, Dark Attack Rise 1 and 2 are only going to strengthen her basic attack if she's equipped with that axe and her S2 ability. Really not worth it, right? Like if I have Dark Attack Rise 1, I'm not going to put it on Lily. I'm not going to pay SC for Dark Attack Rise 1 to get an extra 10% to her S2 and her basic attack. Now, when we talk about Light Attack Rise, yes, I will pay for Light Attack Rise 1. She has Light Attack Rise 2, which of course strengthens her S1, her S3, her S4. Some real major bread and butter shit right there. So I will actually pay the SC to have Light Attack Rise 1 to stack it with 2, just so that her S1, 3, and 4 can have a boost in damage, because I really like Lily's kit. I think she can actually get a lot out of her kit, especially the way that I have her set up with that accessory. When she's using her kit, she's getting some MP back, and when she's casting magic, she is charging her SCT. So, I mean, I could just keep Lily spitting like a damn machine gun. It works out very well. So I'm just letting you guys know what I'm going to be doing with Lily, and really looking forward to it. A lot of work to be done here. This is the character I'm working on right now. Can't wait to see her full potential. And I do have her UR arc. It is at level 9. Unfortunately, you do have to get it to level 10 in order to get the really good abilities out of it that really strengthen her light and dark damage even more. So that's what your boy's working on. Saving a bunch of energy, if I can, to dump all into that. And then I'll actually be coming out with some vids to showcase what Lily can fully do with her arc, with her awesome axe, right? But I think before we even get to that, we're going to be dealing with Machine Slayer Alice. Alice does look cool. I guess Roland finally fell in love, and it was with a clone. They do have some kind of bond. She most definitely turned her back on Lily to protect Roland, and she saved his ass too. And I do kind of think it's funny how Roland definitely talked some shit to Lily. Like, you know, he had that smirk on his face. He's like, oh, okay, so this is going down. Well, then I'll just beat your ass because I am Prince Roland and you know of my power. And Roland just absolutely got his ass whooped, and then acted all surprised by it. Like, oh my goodness, like this crazy powerful goddess type creature who has otherworldly knowledge is more powerful than me? Oh, I didn't see that coming. I mean, really, I honestly think Roland, he's letting some shit go to his head. Yeah, I get it, Roland, you're rolling around with a UR arc, but hey, your girl Lily has a UR arc as well. So clearly Lily just beat the living snot out of Roland, and Cyber Slayer Girl did have to step in. So it is cool. I can't wait to see what we actually get from her. That's going to be the next banner. Let's see. How long do we have to wait? I do believe this event's down in like 16 hours. And of course her banner is going to be down in like 15 hours. I'm just going to call it right now. I'm going to end this video on this. This is the most limited Last Cloudia banner. Just the number of Advocate of God lilies that I see on the friend list, it really reflects that. And it's all due to gacha economics, right? I'm going to go on record and say that this was the most brutal banner to pull on. Most people did not even get a chance to pull on this banner because they could barely recover from trying to pull for Ray. And the fact that they're two UR banners back to back. But wait, there's more. There is another huge effing reason why Lily is going to be probably the most limited character in Last Cloudia. It's not just timing. It's not just gacha. It's not just the gacha economy. right? It is also the fact that this is the first, I believe, and if I'm wrong, someone will correct me, this is the very first limited character and UR arc collab, not collab. Let me restart that, so I don't want to get butchered over this. This is the first limited banner with a limited character and UR arc that had no banner tickets, that had no event tickets. This is part of the reason why I'm finishing this event out prematurely. I'm pulling out before the job's done. Because, like I said, look at this ticket. This is worthless to me. This ticket is worthless to me and every other day one or day two player. Anybody that's been around, these tickets are worthless. They're not going to do anything for us, Adis. I would wipe with this thing, right? Because what is this going to get me? It's going to get me some nothing. That's all there is to it. These tickets should have been replaced with tickets that could potentially yield you either the new Lily or her new UR arc. I don't understand why Adis did this. They know everybody is pretty much as broke as they possibly can be after, you know, coming off of Ray's banner and trying to pull Ray and his UR arc. And at least Ray had some sort of banner where you could grind out tickets, and if you got lucky, you could pull Ray off of an event ticket. Well, Lily followed his banner and has 0 event tickets. 0 event tickets, and was just dropped at the most absolute worst time. I actually think Adis lost money here. I think Adis simply lost money by not giving people time to go get them money. Like a lot of people probably threw whatever they could at Ray's banner, and they wish they could do pulls on Lily's banner. And guess what? They don't get a paycheck for 2 weeks, and she is gone. And that's just going to be the case all across the board. I'm sure there's a lot of dedicated players that would have loved to throw their name in their hat in order to get this character and maybe get lucky and get the UR arc. They just couldn't even do it because they could not get a paycheck in time. And I've heard this complaint quite a few times. I don't know why you guys do this, Adis. You need to give us breaks between limited characters with UR arcs on the banner, especially if there are no event grind tickets that we can get to actually have a chance to pull this character. Free-to-play players had absolutely 0 chance. Most of them had 0 chance of getting Lily because they probably dumped all their free-to-play resources trying to pull Ray. And at least with Ray, like I said, you were assisted with an event gotcha. You could grind out tickets through the event. And hey, if you got lucky, you could pull Ray off of those tickets. Lily had no such thing. And for free-to-play players, she was just an absolute killer. So I think this is why the friends list reflects that. There's only a few Lilies here and there. So that just kind of gives me a little bit more incentive to work on her. And put her up for people to use with her UR arc. I did get lucky as hell with that. And we'll have to see. We'll have to see. It's in the works. I don't know if I want to put her up or Ray up, but I am still excited about my fully UR arced team. I'm going to get them all together and start running them and just see how much mayhem they can cause. But that's it today, folks. That's what we're working with. Cyber Slayer Alice. Actually, let me make sure I'm getting her name right. Yeah, last Cloudia, please bring back the limited event gotchas or the limited character gotchas. Let us grind out some of these tickets. I mean, hey, you might only get 10 or 15 tickets off of an event after you totally clear it. You might only get 10 or 15 tickets to do pulls for like a limited character and UR arc off of their event banner. And for a lot of free-to-play players, those 10 or 15 tickets are the only chance that they have to get one of these new characters. And they are willing to grind out that whole event and get those 10 tickets because it gives them hope. I'm sorry, Adis, but there was no hope for free-to-play players here at all. Even if you grinded this event out on day one, even if you gave it your all, this event wasn't going to give you any tickets or any resources that could actually yield Lily or her arc. And that is just very sad. I think we need to make some noise about that because the first time this has happened, and I have a feeling that if nobody says a damn thing about it, this will keep happening. And I don't like that. I don't like our free-to-play brothers and sisters getting excluded from even having the smallest chance. That's what's going to make people lose interest. If you're playing a gacha and you're not getting some of the new characters from time to time to work on and to play with and to be hyped about, that's bad for the game because people are going to leave the game because they're not getting these awesome characters. They're seeing other people get them, but they feel excluded because they don't even have a damn chance, right? If another event banner dropped like this right now, I'd be pretty bummed if I knew that I could clear the event and I could collect all the tickets and everything that the event gives, but none of those tickets even have a chance at getting me the featured character or arc that's on the banner. So hopefully they didn't take that away permanently. Hopefully this was just something that they tried out or some idiot in some boardroom thought up of. Hey guys, they won't notice if we do this. Guess what, asshole? We noticed. We most definitely noticed. Adis, please do something about that. Please bring back the event tickets for limited characters and especially UR arcs. They're already hard enough to get. And Adis, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but there's other games coming out and their summon system, I mean, makes ours here look like it's in the effing Stone Age. So hopefully Adis can address that. Hopefully they take a real world look of what's going on, what they're competing with, what other games are coming out, and what their gachas are looking like. And hopefully Adis makes a change, and they make that change very, very soon, right? Because that's what we need to do. So, but these are just my fun little thoughts on what's going on. If I'm wrong about anything, if I'm not seeing something right, I'm sure you guys will correct me. Please do so. And also, have an awesome day. If I missed something, or if you guys want to hear me talk about something or rant about some BS, all you got to do is leave me a comment. And remember, have a good day. I wish you all the best of luck. And we're going to have to see about Cyber Slayer Alice. She does look pretty badass, so we'll find out soon, ladies and gentlemen. We will find out soon. I'm not going to be able to do any pulls on her because I'm super strapped after Lily and Ray. But hey, if they drop an event that actually yields some tickets, hey, I might have a chance there. It might be a small chance, but I will take it. So we're going to have to see what they do. Like I said, hopefully Alice's event will actually have some event tickets for her banner and her arc. Why not? She's not a... actually, I don't know if Alice is a limited character. I didn't look into that. Somebody probably leave me a comment, let me know. She could be a limited character. I don't know. Her arc is just an SSR arc, so at least it's not a UR. Everyone can take a deep breath and just kind of relax, and we'll just kind of see how this goes. All right? Peace, everybody, and may all the luck, all the gacha luck be with you today. Later.